Hello, I'm Vince Walker. I work in the cardiac device team. I'm going to talk to you about post-procedural care with your cardiac device. Sometimes you can feel your cardiac device in your chest. Sometimes pacemakers are quite small and they're very discreet. It depends on how much tissue you have in your shoulder, and it wouldn't be unusual not to feel your device in your chest. With the larger devices, such as the CRT defibrillator, and if particularly you don't have much tissue under your shoulder, you may notice a slight raised lump. This should not change whilst you have the device. If it does, please get into contact with us. Once you have your device fitted, you'll be given some information. The information leaflets on the front page contain our details, including telephone numbers. If your question or concern is directly related to the device or the wound, please contact us on one of those numbers. The way we follow up patients with cardiac devices is either two ways. We offer in-clinic attendances where we may need to adjust your device, or for those patients who do not have the option for remote monitoring. Otherwise, we follow patients via a little device, a little monitor that sits either by your bed or a small unit that you can carry around with you. This device we call a remote monitor. Each company has their own, and it can send us information when something is either wrong or inaccurate with your leads, your device battery measurements, or if there's been any arrhythmias associated to your device. It also means that you don't have to come and see us as often for routine follow-ups. For some manufacturer of remote monitoring, you may need to press a button. Other types of units, you don't have to press any button to send data to the hospital. This may be done automatically. Immediately after your implant, we would ask you to avoid lifting things that are particularly heavy or lifting your left arm above your shoulder height. This is to allow time for the leads to heal inside your heart. Long term, we would like you to get back to your daily activities as soon as possible. The only restrictions we would ask you to bear in mind are rotational type activities, particularly those with heavy weights above your shoulder, or activities such as swimming, front crawl, backstroke or butterfly. You are able to swim breaststroke unrestricted. You can continue to exercise. We ask you to do this in line with any advice that's provided by other healthcare specialties such as the cardiac rehab team or your physician. Most devices now, certainly the ones that have been implanted in the last 10 years, you can walk through any of the security systems at the airport. It is always good to tell the security officers that you have an implantable device. They may wish to hand wand you or put you through the X-ray type security systems. All three, including the conventional archway, should not have any impact on your device. Most manufacturers provide MRI conditional devices. That means you can go through MRI machines with some considerations. It is dependent upon what type of leads and pacemaker or device is implanted into you, but 90% of those devices are now MRI compatible. Most domestic appliances are very safe to use. We do ask you to avoid electronic items away from your device for a minimum of 6 inches. That means mobile phones and other electrical items shouldn't be stored in your breast pockets. Induction hobs and larger appliances are safe to use as well, but we ask you to operate those at an arm's width distance. Driving is dependent on your indication for the device and the type of device you receive. For a pacemaker, you are not to drive for 1 week. For an ICD device, this may be for 1 month or longer, depending on the indication for the device type.